Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This one we're going with 3 best times to buy a stock. So stick with me in this one and let's see what we can get into. So just before we get started into the video, I just want to say a huge thank you for all your comments, your support in person on YouTube and Twitter or etc. I really do appreciate it. It really is inspiring me to carry on through this journey. And yeah, I hope you keep enjoying the channel, and obviously if you haven't subscribed then please do, and obviously be sure to like this video if you do like it going on. So yes, without further ado, let's get into the 3 best times to buy a stock. So first up on my list is direct offerings or public offerings or something of that state. And what I mean by this is when they offer their shares at a slightly lower price and then people buy them up and it basically drops the price. You've seen this with CTRM recently, you've seen this with Nano Dimension, they've done it quite a few times. So my personal point of view of this is if the company is looking to innovate, if they're looking to kind of excel or just hold cash, looking to acquire new companies, that kind of thing. So for example, CTRM, as I mentioned before, they bought a lot of boats with that cash, and they bought the boats for cheap as well, which is also quite good. And that will generally kind of get the revenue in the quarters to come, in the years to come. So it's kind of a long-term investment, so you're buying a lower price, but you're obviously going to see higher gains at that lower price. But obviously do be cautious when you're looking at this way of buying a stock, because they're normally doing it because they don't have a lot of cash, or they're looking to kind of gain cash in a certain way. So always be careful with the reasons, look at the statements that they're producing, why they're raising the cash. For example, Nano Dimension, they're raising the cash so they can acquire more companies, they can innovate some more machines that they're looking to do for their 3D printing. So you've got to look at those kind of reasons, at least in my opinion. So the second thing we're going to be talking about is technical analysis. Now, if you're not too sure about technical analysis, then do watch my video in the top right hand corner. About technical analysis. There is actually two parts, so do check those out if you're not too sure about technical analysis and how to look at it. It is a basics one, so you can kind of get to grips with it that way. Anyway, so yes, the second way that I like to buy a stock is through technical analysis. So if a certain stock has met a certain point, like a certain level, they've come down a certain amount of like kind of value, then they have hit a line. So depending how many times they've hit that line, so for example we had Neo in the last kind of 6 months or so dropped down to about 40, but then they bounced off of 40 about 4 or 5 times, and that was meant to be a very strong support line, which it was, because it bounced off it 4 or 5 times. But then because of the market correction / crash that we've had the last 2 or 3 months, it then broke through that, and now it's forming another line of support around about 32, 33, so we can kind of gather it that way as well. So they're not indestructible, but they are a very good guideline going forward with your investments. But as with any investment, technical analysis is not everything. It's not what you should be doing to go into a stock. There should be other factors as well, like global economy and all that kind of stuff. The industry base and what's going on with the world, politics, you know, everything around that investment. I do have a video up here in the top right hand corner for you as well about kind of what things to look out for before entering an investment. So the last one of the best times to buy a stock for me is looking into the future. Now, I don't have a crystal ball or anything, and I can't tell you what's going to happen next week, next year, next decade, but I do have a kind of good idea. So what we want to do is kind of imagine a world and invest in it. So we can see that electric cars are taking off, we can see that renewable energy that is taking off, and we can see that drone delivery or just drone usage in general is increasing. So what we want to do is establish a few industries like that. We want to take our money and invest into the companies that are accelerating in it faster, or have a more substantial background in doing so. So you've got the likes of Tesla and Neo, they're very well backed, moving on well in their production line, and you can see that with the constant updates with everyone on the internet really. So yeah, you've got to look at your kind of investments in that respect too. Now, it does seem kind of obvious to invest in your future and that would be the best time to buy a stock, but the time doesn't have to be a specific time, it doesn't have to be a specific entry point. It's just generally the time that we are in now. So we are in now 2021, almost forgot the year then. And so yeah, we are obviously expecting big things with electric vehicles, renewable energy, drone deliveries, etc. like I mentioned before. So by 2030, so this is the right time in terms of a year, in 2030 we're going to see 50% more cars on the road, electric vehicles I mean, as an example, and that would be kind of in growth with our money as well, our wealth. our net worth and all that will kind of increase with the population of electric vehicles on the road. So I hope you can kind of understand that point. It is a bit of a weird one, but at least it makes sense in my head. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below if it doesn't make sense in your head. Maybe I can clarify some points for you. But yes, that is point number 3. So hopefully this video has given you an insight onto when to buy a stock. And I've given 3 different ways, obviously. Obviously jot them down, make note of them, whatever. Maybe practice them yourself, or maybe you use feed, which is fantastic. And if you know something else that you might want to add, then please do comment down below in the comments down below. Yeah, that makes sense. So yes, thank you very much for watching this video. Give it a like if you did like it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this on investing, productivity, etc, etc. Have a good week, guys. Take care, stay safe, see you soon.